Hello everybody, my name is Armstrong Sass. And come on, I'm not feeling myself. Hi everybody, my name is Armstrong Sass, and I'm just gonna show you. You see why I like going with what's up? You see why I like going with what's up? So what's up everybody? My name is Armstrong Sass, and today I'm gonna give you yet another amazing tutorial on how to smudge the sky. It's actually a celebrity upcoming one on Big Brother. So I'm just going to show you how to smudge this guy from beginner to hero. So it's actually going to be a little long tutorial. I'm just going to show you the different steps from A, B, C, D, and I'm sure you're going to love it. So make sure you don't go anywhere and make sure you watch this video to the end. Actually, there are a lot of goodies at the end. I'm going to be showing you awesome secrets on how I get some very nice things done with a beard. I know smudge painting is not really art, but it's an expression of art. You know, you need your imagination to have these things working. So without further ado, let's dive right. Wait, before we dive right into it, if you're not following me, or if it's your first time of coming to this channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you like this video. And without further ado, let's dive right into it. Okay, so first thing I want to do is to pretty much crop this thing out. I've done a lot of videos on smudge painting, but that was with ladies and very beautiful ladies at that. One was my celebrity crush. Check it out. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is to leave this image at now, because I want to oil paint it. I'm in Photoshop CC17, so you don't need so much. Don't need a big Photoshop. By big Photoshop, I mean like latest 2020. You can use 2017, you can use CS6, but I just don't like working with CS6. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to leave the resolution at 96. I just downloaded this picture off Twitter, so I want to crop this image, and just watch the way I'm going to crop it. By the way, it's going to be a pretty long video if I just leave everything and just go ahead and do it from A, B, C, D. So there are a few parts I'm going to have to fast forward, because I don't want you to come and see like a 110-hour tutorial. I'm going to be like, come on, what am I doing? It's going to be very discouraging. So what I want to do now is to probably look for a way to squeeze out time and fast forward the parts. Well, now if you notice something, I'm cutting out this particular part. Can you see it? I'm cutting out this particular part with the background. Now when you oil paint it, it's going to somewhat make it easier and a little sweeter. So I'm just gonna do this like this. Okay, so if it's your first time of coming to this channel, you can as well just click on the video above now to see the previous videos I've done. I have other beginner videos, but the way I zoom in is Control space and click to zoom in, Control alternate space to zoom out. So something like this. So zoom in, zoom out. Well, I'm not going so much above this. I just want to collect all these strands, and I think it's going to be very nice. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to just take a few of these strands, so that when I oil paint it, it's going to make the whole picture realistic, you know. So I'm in Photoshop CC, but I actually do oil paint on Photoshop CS6. Yeah, that way. So this is what I'm going to do like this, and you have seen the method I used to crop out his hair, just in case you want to work on somebody that has quite some probably dreads and stuff. You can also use this method. So I'm just going to fast forward it a little bit, and I'm going to play soft music. So make sure you don't go anywhere. And if you have any questions, don't forget to hit me up at Armstrong Sass on Instagram and Twitter and what have you, and I'll be there to respond to each and every DM. So let's get the party rolling. Okay, so I've done this, and I'm going to press Control Enter and Control J to duplicate. And when I press it, I know you thought I was going to stay out for long, but I'm here right now. So the next thing I want to do is I want to differentiate the shirt from the background. So I'm just going to come here, come to adjustment, go to shadows and highlight, and increase the shadows a little bit. I don't want it to be too. If it gets too white, then you see it says as though it has. I'm just going to show you something. If I do this, it's as though it has white hair and white. It has reduced the shadows, but come on, the hair needs to be black. So hence this. Then the highlight, I'm going to reduce a little bit. I notice that the shirt is getting differentiated from the background. That was because I'm working on this layer that's above this. So this side was before, this side is now. You see, automatically it looks like art from far. See the difference before now, so it popped up, and this is a good thing. So if you know this guy's name, you can also give me the comments. I just don't want to say his name, so maybe because I don't like him very much. I just think he's a very cute guy. But so I'm just going to dive into Photoshop CS6, and that's where I'm going to do my oil paints. Photoshop CC doesn't really make it easy to work with oil paint, so hence I use Photoshop CS6. So I'm rushing there. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna meet you now. Okay, so we are in Photoshop CS6. So one of the things I don't like CS is because it crashes too much, so I do on CC and then I transport into CS6. But I love the both of them. So the next thing I want to do is to cut out his beard. Now watch it, watch closely. And when I'm cutting out his beard, I'm going to cut out his beard with his shirt. Are you seeing it? Now because when I oil paint it, I want it to look realistic. I want it to have that flair, unlike some images where it's as though he was shaved with a razor. So I want it to have that flair. Hence, I cut it with the components that are under. Now, when you are drawing, for example, you also just put strands to give you this realism. Is that what it's called? Realism, real, whatever it is. I just normally it is left like that. So what I want to do is this. I want to cut out. Oh, the mistake was I wanted to cut out his head from the shirt. So I want to differentiate the different components. So I'm just going to come here and cut out his shirt. But remember, when I was cutting out his head, I allowed a few of the beards from his shirt to just go along with it. So I'm just going to cut it out. I was thinking of fast forwarding this video, but this is not supposed to take very long, and I hope you're not getting bored already. If you're getting bored, you can also just grab an ice cream and come back. I'm waiting for you. Don't touch that. Yeah, like video presenters will say, don't touch that dial. So the next thing I'm going to do is this. I'm just going to select this, select this here, and press Ctrl Enter to select this place, and press Ctrl J to duplicate it. And when I do that, you'll notice something. See, it has this, but not to worry, I'm here, so you have everything covered. And when I do this, I'm just going to name this head. So the next thing I want to do is to basically cut out the beard and the hair components, because this is what is bringing me to CS6. So I want to just do that. So I'm going to cut it out. Remember, the resolution is on 96. So I'm just going to cut it out with a few components from the main body. Do you understand? So I'm just going to cut out this, so that when oil paint works on this, it's going to look so nice. And it has a way, oil paint has a way of making the whole image, the hair, whatever it is, the distractions, I'll call them, it makes them sleep somehow, and it's come out very, very nice. I want to separate the hair from the beard, so because I think this beard looks like it's a Game of Thrones guy, something spiky. Like who has beards in Game of Thrones? I don't know if you can remember. Just put them. Jon Snow, yes. So doing this, I can press Enter and Ctrl J to duplicate it. Now this is what we have. So I want to cut out the mouth from it so that oil paint doesn't work on the mouth. Remember I told you that I just let oil paint do the work only on the hair, and I just work on the shirt. I like working on the shirt myself, and I like doing most of the work by myself. So doing this, I can just come here and get all this done. Oh, we actually missed one step, but not to worry, we can always do that. And that step is, okay, I'm just going to delete this with backspace. Now this step is actually to sharpen the image, that's putting a high pass on it, but not to worry, we can always do that. So the next, I just want to put that step I missed, and that's I'm going to come back here. Remember the way I zoom out. I'm going to press Ctrl J on this. Can you see it? And come here and go to vivid light, and come here and go to order and go to high pass. You see? Then I'm just going to increase it a little bit and make it so to be sharp. You see, it's going to be sharp now. Sharp, and I press OK. Now this is what we had before, this is what we have now. It's sharper. Don't worry about the other effect. So I selected this, and I'm going to press Enter. Now somebody asked me a question: why is this one not having an effect? You have to have one under here that's normal and one here that is vivid light. So normal and vivid light. So I'm going to press Ctrl E, which is to enter, and then I'll select the head with Ctrl, and I'll click this thumbnail, and select the head. I'll duplicate it. I'll delete this old one because that was not the one I'm working with, and I'll name this head. And I'll come here and I'll select the beard. I'll come here and I'll duplicate it, delete the old one, and name this beard. So I'm going to save Ctrl S because sometimes Photoshop crashes. CS6 mostly, it just crashes. I was deep into one of the jobs one time and it crashed, and I was like, oh my god, this is so harsh. So what I'm going to do next is to cut out the hair and the eyebrow and what else. Yeah, and I'll meet you in a jiffy. Okay, so we are here now, and this is what we have differentiated all the different components, and I want to go straight up to oil paint. So I'm just going to choose the beard here first, and of course I'm going to save because oil paint is where it really crashes. So I'll go to oil paint, and when that happened, now this looks fake. I don't like it. It's looking like something. So I'm just going to reduce the shine a little bit and reduce the cleanliness when I watch this. I use the cleanliness. It's an African, so Nigerian as well, so I just want to make it look nice. And I use stylization. Now when it gets to stylization, I don't know. So when it gets too much, it looks like a lady's hair. So I'm just gonna reduce it so it looks like real beard, something like this. If it's not good, I can always come back. So this something like this, and I reduce the cleanliness a little bit, and I press OK. Now you can see we are going to see the difference. Now this one was blocking it, so I'm just going to put this under here, and this is what we have now. You see, this is what we have now, the beard. Now I don't know if you're feeling this, but I don't feel it too much because I feel like it's a little fake. So I'm just going to do it again. So I'm just going to duplicate this just in case I make any other error. Okay, so I'm just going to duplicate this, and okay, I was not feeling the old one, so I'm just going to redo it again. So oil paint, and so is the preset we had for the old ones. I'm going to reduce the cleanness a little bit and reduce the stylization. And the cleanness makes it clean, but you know, if it's too much, then it looks weird. So I'm just going to reduce it, take it all the way down, maybe to 0.4 or maybe 0.6. Yeah, and I'm just going to press OK and let's see the difference. This looks better than before. It definitely looks better than before. So what else? I'm just gonna do that on the head too, but remember he's an African, so I'm just not gonna make it too much so it doesn't look like Michael Jackson. Okay, so this doesn't look bad. I'm gonna press OK. Yeah, it looks good. So I'm just gonna do the same on the eyebrow. So eyebrow, filter, oil paint. I'll choose the eyebrow. This doesn't look bad. I'm just going to reduce the cleanness a little bit, and I'll press OK. It looks nice. I'll press save. Now from here we are seeing it doesn't look like it has much difference, but there's actually a lot of difference. Like this is before, now. So this is good. And like I would always say, don't oil paint the shirt unless you have a clearance from above. But for those that would always need a benefit of doubt, first of all, I just don't like the fact that the shade is too shouty, the color is too bright. So I'm just going to come here and reduce the highlight more, but I just want it to blend with the okay, I've already cut out the beard, so I'm just going to come here and okay, I'll probably have to go to linear light and come here and go to high pass, and this is not bad. Let's say 0.9. I'll press OK and I'll merge it inside, and I'll duplicate it again, and I'm saving always, and I'll come to oil paint, and just for those that are very lazy, so I'll do this and I'll choose this, and that's just basically what I want to do, and it's not bad, and I'm going to save. So I'm just going to take this over to Photoshop CC17 where I normally work, and I'm just going to meet you now. Okay, so we're in CS6, and basically with V. Okay, just I like using the move tool to move around, and I'm going to select the head, the brow, and the hair and the beard. I'm going to select everything here, and I'm going to press Ctrl Alternate E to merge just the ones I selected. Now, because I want to select the beards, they are all a component of the body, so I just want to do that. Now, the next thing I want to do is to go to image size. Remember we left at 96. Now I want to make it 300. Maybe make this 3000. Nope, 3103, and preserve the details. Yeah, in case you have not seen this before, if you're using CC17 or upwards, you can just check any of this one. So I just use preserve details enlargement. I actually learned it from a good YouTube video, so you can as well just try it, and I'll press OK. Now it's going to load, and it's going to give me a better image with a lot of pixels. So okay, so it has given me a lot of pixels, and you can see this is how it is now. How it was before means it was smaller, and this is how it is now. Now the pixels are more compact. Now you can work on them. I'll show you something. This is how it was before we did it, and if you zoom in, you can see that it's pixelated. But now this is how it is now. And like this, when you zoom into this particular place, you should notice that the pixels were somewhat compact, hence why we increase or reduce the image size. You can see it's still very strong. Now pixel means picture element. I'm a computer science student, so that's my advantage. So you might want to clap for me or give me a coin for that definition. So the next thing I want to do is to smudge. I have a big video on how to smudge. First, I'm going to make this to strength 30 by pressing 3 on your keyboard, and I'm just going to start by smudging. Now this brush I use, you can see it, it's a custom made brush. I don't know, I searched for this brush like I was saying in all my videos, because this was a whole lot. I searched for this brush for a very long time. Let's say how many years now, for like 2 years before I finally got the brush. It was everywhere, but you know what you really don't know, it's going to be very hard to get them. So I'm just basically smudging to preserve details. I have a full video on how to smudge, and I think you might want to check out the video. It's very nice, and I think there's almost 1,000 views. Yeah, but at the time, so you might want to check this out. I'm going to really fast forward this video so it doesn't look very long and boring, but just watch my step, watch closely, don't touch the dye, watch closely, and I'm sure you would get the hang of it. Whereas if you don't get the concept the first time, no, don't beat yourself a bit, because it was not built in a day. I didn't learn everything in a day, so I just don't think you should beat yourself. So I'm just going to fast forward it, but I'm going to leave some particular parts that you should take note of when working on a bearded guy, a guy that has so much beard gang. So I'm gonna fast forward this video, just nod your head, and I'm going to work on the face and the shirt, and I'll leave the delicate parts that you need to really consider and when working on and with guys with beards. So I'm gonna meet you in a jiffy. So grab your coffee and enjoy the music. Okay, so just in case you are watching and you're like, oh god, I thought this was a beginner video, it actually is, because everything I'm doing is pretty much elementary. The only thing I'm doing is, now when I'm smudging, I'm just smudging alongst the axis. If you feel too reluctant to check the other video, it's nice still. And the only thing I'm really doing now is to smudge along the axis of what I'm doing, so that it preserves the detail of the picture and leaves the person like he is. Sometimes you just work on a picture and then it turns out to be a different person altogether. So, and that is what I really am doing. So I'm just gonna pretty much smudge this, and this is not bad for a lip. I just don't like those noise. Like, this place has noise, so I just don't like all these places. So I'm just gonna make sure I smudge it out. You can take as much time as you want or smudging out a particular picture to get it to have a very fine detail and to make it super smooth and super clean and make it look cartoonish. Actually, they call some of us that smudge cartoonist. So for me, I don't like the name, but people like it. So to make it look cartoonish, it has to be super smooth, look like all this Barbie princess or Teletubbies. My childhood was really fun because of Teletubbies. So doing that, I'm just gonna, just pretty much smudge this, and this is what we'll have. Yep, I zoomed out and this is what we'll have. It doesn't look like I've done much, but this was how it was before, this is how it is now, you see. So maybe because it's a tutorial and I'm trying to really be fast and get something really nice done, with time you can just take your time and smudge it every single detail, and it will become very awesome. Trust me, you just take your time. And if you don't get it right, if it's not as smooth as it is the first time, don't lash out on yourself. Like I would always say, you would get better. And in case I did not talk about this, I'm trying to clip this picture is clipped on this. Now why it's clipped on this is because you see this, if it were not clipped, for example, you would notice this little noise. I can as well just do this out here, but when it's clipped here. So how do I clip it? I come to this image up and go down, and you see this clip mask, and I'll clip it. But I just don't want it to be as bad as that, so hence I'm leaving it as it was before, and this is it now. So this is what we have now. You can take as much time as doing that, but this is the secret I wanted to tell you about. I learned all these things by myself. It's not like I was taught. Definitely most creators on YouTube learn their things by themselves, but this is a big secret. So what do? When I get to this place, I notice that these things are like this. I try to blend in the beard into the skin. Remember, that's why I had to cut out some part of the skin. Try to blend it into the skin. That way it's going to give, I'm going to leave it at 30 here, and that way it's going to give me this nice blend, and you make it look very nice, as though that was how the picture was, like follow come, like Nigerians would say it. I'm a big Nigerian, so yeah, like follow come. So I'm just going to blend this in and make it look very nice. Now when you blend this in, it's going to tell the eyes, oh, I don't think somebody can actually argue that it's not an oil paint, that it was real art. So whereas don't argue with them, don't argue, just sneak in and go out. You know the magic you did. So doing that, I can as well just come to the eyebrow here and just blend this in. Now take some out like this, and take some in, just out and in. I think the guy is really hairy, so whereas I can just smudge this out. Now I just don't think I should fast forward this part, because this is the part I think you really need, so I just don't think I should fast forward it. So just take this out, take it in, take it out, take it in. If you're not satisfied about it, you can use other brushes that have this spiky nature, so you can do that. You can just use brushes that have this, but I prefer my brush because it just does the work for me. So I'm just gonna choose this brush, and this is just it. So doing that, I'm just gonna, for the eyes, I'm just gonna leave the highlights like this, and I'm making sure I'm not touching the eyeballs. It's gonna still be like that, and the same thing I did for that, I'm just gonna do it brush out, like I'm brushing it. For ladies that really make up, if you know any lady that makes up and you notice some of the best makeup artists, they know how to blend their concealer, if that's what it's called, concealer, into their main image, into the main face, the main mid-tone. The concealer sounds like the highlight that differentiates the whole thing. But now if you're a guy and watching this, don't worry, you're not lost. So this is what I'm just doing basically, and I'm just going to do that everywhere. And I think I have to just fast forward it a little bit. I hope you're enjoying the music. Were you really enjoying it? Tell me what you think about my background music. I actually take a lot of time to download a lot of good music. So tell me what you think about the music, as I'm going to leave you with this one now. Okay, so this is what we have now. You see, before now it has blended. Okay, so this is what we have now. I'm just not paying too much attention on the shirt because I want the attention to be on the face. So I'm just gonna, please don't, just make sure whatever you do, you don't have these lines here on the face. You know what it's going to make? It's going to make it look like it's fake. So it's one of my biggest secrets. I try to blend out the lines gradually. Now I'm giving you all my secrets. So okay, the next stage is to add colors as usual. Just in case you feel very reluctant to check my previous videos and you like this one, so I'm just going to add colors with the pen tool. I'll come here and I'll choose what I want to do. I'll just choose the eye. Now I want to add colors to different parts of the eye, of the body, sorry. I'm going to add colors to different parts of the body, and now when I do that, somehow adding colors, just adding colors and using the color layer gives it this feel of originality. So doing this, I'm going to press Ctrl Enter and I'm going to choose white color, maybe bluish a little bit. Come down here and I'll press alternate and backspace to delete that part, and I'll come to the attribute and choose color. That's how it is. Was is. So I'm just going to come here still and just do the same here. Now I want to use the color of this to choose it. Now when I use the same color, the white color, you know, animations generally have, cartoons generally have this fake eyes, fake color. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to give it the fake color to make it stand out and make it not look like the regular art we see. So this is how it is now. Was is. Now you notice this redness in the eyes. It's called the this part. What is this part called? This part. If you don't know me, I don't know as well. I'm not an English teacher. I'm a computer science graduate. Come on, don't do that. So I'm just gonna choose the both and just add this little redness here and redness here, and maybe the side here and here, and this is what we have now. Was and have now. Then maybe I might just add a little bit. Now the reason I'm selecting this is so I get confined to just this area, or maybe with opacity of 20. I'm just going to choose this and this. So I think I have this now, and I'm going to go to the lips. Oh, he has some nice lips. Oh god, it feels weird. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick this and select the lip. When I'm done selecting the lip, I can as well just choose the different parts, and that's it. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit to add the color, and I'm going to add the color on the face, the back face, and I'm just going to choose the suitable color, and I'll meet you in the jiffy so the tutorial doesn't get longer, like I would always say. So enjoy the sweet music. So this little tip, when you are working on an African, you just want to reduce the saturation of it a little bit. It just makes it look somewhat natural. So this is not bad. I can as well just tweak the color later after now with that. So I'm just going to add the normal color on the shirt, the normal color that's on here. So I'm just going to add that. I'll be eyedrop 2 with alternate. Enter me on brush 2 with alternate. You can pick the eyedrop 2 and then come to color. That is what we have. I think I like this. So for the beard now, notice that it has affected everywhere. So the next thing I want to do is basically to select the hair, where the hair is, and the different parts, and get this. Now remember, this is the hair, so I'm going to control and click, and I've selected the hair. And with the hair, I can off this part and use the eyedrop tool and pick it and alternate and backspace to delete, and come here to color, and I have this color, you see, so almost like the previous color. And then for the eyebrow, where is it, bro, I'm going to click it. Remember, I didn't delete it before, so I'm going to come here still, and I'll press delete to select a particular eyebrow color, or I can just select it here, eyebrow color. That feels nice, and click this. So this doesn't feel bad at all. It doesn't feel bad at all. I can just use the previous one. I just want all his hair to have the same color, so this doesn't look bad. And for the beard, I'm going to unselect this and select the beard color, and I want it to be different, so I'm going to select this beard. Where is it? Beard. Select this and come up here, press alternate and backspace, and come here to color. So Ctrl D to deselect, and this is what I have now. Doesn't look bad. It does look bad here until I'm just gonna merge everything together and change it to color, the blend mode to color, and doesn't look bad. So this is how it looked before, now this is how it looks now. So what I'm going to do is to basically select the eraser tool, or maybe the brush tool, and come here and create a clipping mask. Now the reason of clipping mask, the reason it's a clip, we are using a clipping mask. What is this called? Clipping mask? Yes, clipping mask. Okay, vector mask or whatever. Yeah, vector mask. So the reason we are using the vector mask is maybe I'm going to make it black 50 by pressing 5. Okay, so what I'm going to do is working on the clipping mask. First, I'm going to use a harsh opacity like maybe 90, and I want to clean out these edges and make it blunt to make it professional. I can make it maybe 100, and this is it. I'm just going to carefully clean out the edges with a soft brush. Okay, I think maybe 90 will be better, so I'm going to choose 90, and I'm just gonna clean this out here so it doesn't look too fake. I'm going to clean out the edges, so I'm just going to clean out the edges of everything and just watch how I do it on the soft music. I think I might just be a musician and makeup artist still. So I'm just going to do that, and just meet me in a jiffy. Meet me over there. Okay, so we have done this now. So the next thing I want to do is to choose maybe a softer, like 50. Remember, I'm on this vector mask, and I'll just select, just do this. Now the reason I use vector mask is because with vector mask, for example, I'm just going to clean this off now. See, it is on this vector mask. When I take it to white here, now when I've done this like this, you'll notice that when I change it to white, it goes back to the previous state it was in. So this process is non-destructive, if I may say, non-destructive. So I'm just gonna go back to how it was before, and remember, I'm gonna be on this vector mask, and with my brush I'm just gonna blur out these edges. Or I can as well just take this off and see how it looks. This place is a little faded, here's a little faded, and this part of the beard a little faded, so I'm just going to do that too. And this is one of the things that makes what I do outstanding. People ask for my little magic. These are the little magics. I focus so much on detail, and I wanted to make what I do nice and not look like the regular thing people see. So hence I try to come up with nice measures that people look at and be like, wow, this is so nice. So I think you might want to do that. Pay attention to detail. And a place like this, you can also just remove the hard edges, and maybe with 20, for example, you can just remove the blackness. It shouldn't be too black, and stuff like that. But then I'm just going to show you how I did this other one to blend it into the shirt. And for this, I'm using 20 now to just blend all this. So I can maybe use 70 to remove this hard edge that I'm seeing here, this hard edge, and just remove it so that it doesn't come out and looking all fake. So with this and this, and so this is good. I can maybe choose 40 and this, and so this is it. So this is how it was before, this is how it is now. So I'm just going to do that for the eyebrow too. Remove all the hard edges, and I'm just going to fast forward this video. Just remove all the hard edges. You get the hang of it, yeah? So I'm gonna meet you in a jiffy. Okay, so one more thing you need to know is adding the color on the face, on this beard. I'm going to pick the background color that's here. I'll pick this background color and paint it over. I'm going to choose a color higher than this, remember use color, and paint it over this part, the edges, so it's going to blend with the background color. So I'm just going to pick this and paint it over this part. Now when you paint it over the part, it's going to give this feel like this thing you are working on is not a different component, they are all in one. So I'm just going to show you this little thing I did about this so much different before now. You see, blended, it looks yellow, see, blended inside, and it looks very awesome. It's going to deceive the eye before now. So that's what I've done basically, and you can also just go on and keep cleaning and cleaning and cleaning and cleaning, but I just want to cut this quit and just to go over to the final part, which is highlight and midtones, which is one of my best parts. So I'm just going to duplicate this with Ctrl J, and of course clip this back here and use O. This is my custom made for born. That is here. This is born. There's dodge, there's born. So if I say H, you know it's dodge. If I say O, you know it's born. So I'm just going to use this and just click. I just want to add a little. Now I can make it 20. The exposure should be 20, and this is it. Now, I'm not doing so much on it. I just don't want to do so much on it. All I want to do is to add this little glow on it and to give it this sweet feel. Basically just to add contrast to the whole thing. And just watch what I do. I'm just looking at the places that I know I'm going to add it to, and it's going to make the whole picture pop up, and it's going to make it better. Now the place that light falls on the face, when light falls on this part of the face, it goes to the nose and the face. So that's what I'm just going to do. I'm just going to choose the part I want light to fall on, and on top of the lip here it's supposed to be a little bit dark, and with that, and on the nose here too, a little bit dark, and the eyes dark, and this is it, the eyebrow. Now I don't like the fact that this eyebrow feels too fake, so I'm just gonna smudge this part in a little bit. Just gonna smudge it in like this, so it doesn't have this sharp edge, like bakers would say, sharp edge. So I'm just gonna delete the edges too. Okay, so doing this, I think this is good. And with the highlights, with the bone, I'm just gonna touch it, not too much, maybe 15 now, and make it look nice. So this is what we have before now. I don't want to sleep or looking like something that doesn't look nice. So before now, okay, I think this is good. I'm just gonna add highlights, that is H. Now with the highlights, I'm just gonna make it 20 and add a little highlight to this place. Now the highlight is the icing in the cake, like one of my tutors told me, said that is the icing in the cake. So I add the highlight, and with this, are you tired already? I don't know if you're tired, but if you're tired, just pause the video, go out for a walk, and come back. You probably have watched this video like twice already. It's unlike me. When I start watching a long video like this, I watch it out down to the end to see what happens. But if you're tired already, you can as well just go out and come back, and I'm sure it would actually do a lot than just quitting. And but if you've not liked this video, make sure you leave a like. If you're watching this video off YouTube, I think you should just go back on YouTube and leave a like and drop a comment. Say, I'm sure this is nice. Just say anything, and I would like to see your work. So probably just tag me on Instagram and tell me how the video has inspired you and the loopholes you think is going to make us grow more. And liking the video is going to get this video in front of the right people, and it's going to be a whole lot. So I'm doing this. So this is what I have now. Well, I'm not feeling it so much. This is before, then this is it now. I'm not feeling it so much, but you get the hang of it. So I'm just gonna, with my smudge tool at 20, I'm just gonna smudge all this because I want the whole blend, the whole smudge to blend in. So I'm just gonna do that. Smudge this. I can put a little highlight here, put a little highlight here, and with the smudge I can just smudge it out. And here I can just put a little here, highlight, and with the smudge I can smudge it out. Put a little highlight here on top of the nose. Doesn't have to be too much. Now I see some people just put, he's not a girl, I see some people just put a sharp highlight on the nose. Now it doesn't work like that, and it should not just be like a pin. No, it should not just be like a pin. You should as well just try to make it look good. So pretty much the video looks nice, and I'm just gonna probably just fast forward a little bit for the last time so that I can just add highlights to other parts. And if there's also mid-tone and shadows, these parts make the whole image pop up and makes it a lot better. It makes it a better image. So I think you might want to check out all these options. And there's always a graduation from highlights, mid-tones, and shadows. that's how the human skin is. So basically I'm just gonna bond the hair too, and just fast forward it a little bit for the last time, and I'll meet you in a jiffy. Okay, for the purpose of this video, this is not going to be longer than this. I'm just going to do the same to the shirts, just make all the shirts the normal pattern, make it pronounced, and add a little highlight. Just watch what I do, and you might as well just take pictures of shirts and look at the way shirt folds, and I think it should actually help a lot. Okay, so I think this is pretty much decent. For the shirt, you could just see the difference. I don't want it to be too pronounced before now. You might just not think it's so much different, but I think it's so much different. So the last thing I want to do, that I always do, is to go over to the color balance and add the color balance to the face. Now it's going to make it pop up. This is like the final magic. Now add a little blue and green. Like I told you, green gives you this little pop. Or there's another trick. Now remember, it's a beard on a beard. So the next thing I want to do is to merge everything together, because if I come on this color balance and add something to this, confine it to just this, you'll notice that it's affecting only the face. So what I want to do is to merge everything together. I'm going to delete color balance and press Ctrl Shift Alternate E. Then when it has merged, I'm going to group all this into one so it doesn't look like so much. Group this, and I'm going to go to color balance and choose a color. Make this, I want to make this cool, and then take this down a bit. Yeah, this is good, and make it cool like this. And the highlight, now I want to make the highlight somewhat bluish and a little green, and make it cool still. And the shadows, I like my shadows cool, because beards normally has black, normally it's almost like a cool image, almost like a cool color, sorry. So before now, so it gives it this little pop before now. So I can just reduce this a little bit, and if I don't like it, remember there's this vector mask. I can just come over to this place, make it 100, and delete all these parts that I think I don't like in the whole image. So this is nice. This is really nice. I don't think it's bad. So with this, you can as well just come to selective color and select what part, which color you want to tweak, turn down, or increase, how you deem fit and how you think your artistic eye would be nice. So you can just watch more of Barbie movies and watch more of cartoons and see other people's works, and I think you would get the hang of it at the end of the day. So I'm just gonna, the black, I'm just gonna make it, I want to reduce the cyan of the black, and the magenta, I don't look at the figures, I just look at the image and tweak it, just scroll right or left to however I think it will be nice, then I'll leave it like that. So for people that ask me about the figures I use, I really don't have any specific figures. I just work until I have something nice done, and then I can call it, I can say okay, the work is done. So it's not like I have any specific figures I use, and I think your creativity should not just be limited to the figures you use. I think it should transcend that and give us something really nice done. So you can also just tweak it, reduce this a little bit, and with this I want to add one little highlight to this, and it's here. So make the highlight 10 and can just tweak this a little bit, and this is how it is. So I think this is not bad. It's not bad at all, even if it's not, because we are actually running for a tutorial, so we are trying to be fast, but I don't think this is generally bad. So the next thing I want to do before putting the background, I want to come here and add soft light to give it this little feel of redness. Actually, some parts of the face are generally red. The place that light falls on, they're generally red, so I want to add some soft light to the part, the nose, and yes, this is it. So this is it. I'm just going to reduce the opacity more. Yeah, and this is what we'll have. So I think it's not bad. I can just turn it to color. Nope, color is not good. So I think this is nice for soft light. This is nice. So lastly, I want to just go back and select the background color and add it to the back of this image. Okay, so I have two backgrounds here that I think would be nice to do what you want to do. So I'm going to pick this first one. I just want to try out something. There's a reason I'm trying to pick a plain background, because the hair has little strands that just comes out. So I think I want to, besides it was the last background I used in my last video. I don't know why I'm so fond of this background. I actually really like it. I got it from pixels.com. You can also just check them out. They do a whole lot in getting some really nice pictures, so you can also just check them out. Since they do a lot, so I think they deserve a lot too. So with this, you can just choose this, or there's another background, this. So because of the hair and the hair strands, I want to choose something that I know would blend into what we have and just give us this feel of both artism. When something's what's it called? I don't know, but just give us this artistic feel still, but you know, I think this is nice. But yeah, it's very, very nice. Looks very nice. So yeah, so this background looks nice. You can also just tweak the background to however you want it. So this is a smashing video on how to work on a guy with beards. Don't forget what we did the first time. We cut out just the beards, we took out the face and the hair and what have you, and did the oil paint and blended everything into the foreground color, so just to give it what we want. And don't forget, you can as well just select everything here because of this color, because of the color we have up here. You can also just select everything, choose M, and I'll just show you what I want to do right now. So because I want to remove this background color, this, I'm just going to select this, choose M, then go to feather 6, and I'm going to Control Shift inverse, and I'll just delete. See, it's wearing off there. So this doesn't look bad. It looks a lot better than it did look before. So I'm just gonna select this, and this looks good, whereas this background is really, really distracting my image. So I'm just gonna stretch this up a little bit because I like this part. I like this yellow part a lot. I don't know why. So I'm going to leave it as part of my main image, but this is good. And so just choose which background color do you think is nice, and I can also just reduce the brightness, and you can just tweak it to however you want and however you feel. But don't forget, when you make it too dark, your hair color would, the little errors you have is going to pop up. So I think this is a very decent video. Don't forget to leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to follow Armstrong-Osas on Instagram at Armstrong-Osas. Create with Armstrong. And buddy, keep creating. I'm gonna meet you. No, this is not energy feel because this is the end of the tutorial. So I'm gonna meet you whenever. Bye bye.